All right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the April Fool's Sweet States, which is indeed a very nice number. So I'm expecting a few jokes based off that, I suppose. Don't worry, I haven't got any April Fools planned. I didn't think of anything clever. I probably would have just. The only thing I could have possibly thought to do would be to announce that I was going to stop streaming and that everyone had decided to just, you know, no longer want my channel to stream, so I was going to retire. But I decided not to do that. I decided just to play it straight, so no April Fools for me this year. Maybe I'll think of something clever for next time. So anyway, hello Shakar, hello Maddock. Maddock is cleaning the house while listening to this, so I will try to keep you motivated. So, welcome to Sweet State 69. Hey, lovely Nerdaroni. Thanks. So the Sweet State is my monthly sort of channel update where I talk about things that have happened, things that are going to happen, and things that are happening in the moment right now. Obviously, I've done this for 69 months, coming close to 6 years straight as of July. That will be the case. So, getting on 6 years now doing this, nearly. And this one has got a pretty big announcement in it. I usually say I haven't got a lot to discuss, or I have a decent amount to discuss, but today is a fairly big announcement on the cards. So we cut to me on a webcam with my room. So yes, you get to see my webcam for the rest of the stream in full screen after I give it a bit of a clean. And I've been to the gym today, so I'm hopefully not looking too flabby. So yeah, I will get to that. I am just going to say front-loaded that I am going to be making a decision on this Sweet State as to the future of the channel. But I will talk about that in a little bit. I've got to go over some results from the survey first and some other things. But yes, I will be announcing my decision, which I have come to. And I think some of you will not be surprised, but some of you might. We'll see. But first of all, as I usually like to talk about during these Sweet States, the personal situation. So at the moment, I am have started my... Have you come to the decision of being the first ever... Alright, no. That is not the decision I've come to, Shakar. That is never the decision I will come to. Never! So I'm currently on my Easter break from work for 2 weeks. One of the great perks of working in a school because, the pay's not great, it can be stressful. God knows the last day of work was fucking stressful. Bloody nightmare. But the perks are when we get holidays, we get 2 weeks off in Easter, 6 in summer, 2 weeks for Christmas, a week for half-term breaks. So it's pretty nice. The time off is pretty sweet, and that's the main reason, and it's one of the main things that drew me to that sort of work. I'm working with kids, of course, which I like to do, but in a reasonable time frame, allowing me to do other things, as opposed to my previous experience where I worked in the care and the hours were unsociable and all day and fucking terrible. But I digress. I'm on a 2-week Easter break, and I get some downtime, more than perhaps usual. So why did you choose to work with kids? Have I give... Oh, I thought you were going to ask me a question. I thought you were asking a genuine question. I don't think I've been asked that before. Give many breaks and long one. And of course I like working with kids. Yes, I do like working with kids. Sometimes. Sometimes they're a pain in the ass, but mostly I enjoy it because they're entertaining. They're fun. I would rather work with kids and their great imaginations than work with a bunch of adults in a stuffy office who don't have any imagination. I promise, not just here for extrification. Man, if I wanted extrification... Shut up, Shakar. If I was doing it just for the sake of the holiday breaks, I probably would have been found out already. But anyway, so I have 2 weeks off, and I'm going to try and use that time to sort of recharge and make the most of it, which is something I in the past haven't really done on holidays. As I've said in the past, I have struggled to make the most of holidays and have spent most of the time just doing nothing. This time around, I want to do some things, and I'm going to use this chance to. Well, I already have done some things actually, so I'm off to a good start. I'll talk about a bit more of that in the poker section later. I already have been to the casino, and that's something. I don't really have a lot of things planned per se, but I want to get stuff done in some capacity, whatever it is. I don't want to just be like going, oh man, it's a day off work, what shall I do? I know, let's watch YouTube videos for 7 hours and then complain there's nothing to do. It's like, no, let's not do that. Let's actually be a little more productive. So that's really the kind of thing that I want to do. And obviously one of the things I want to get done is I want to clean out a lot of the crap from my bedroom that I don't use. I really do want to really cut down on all the stuff I actually have. What is actually useful to me, in a sense. I mean, I know that there's some things I can get rid of simply because part of the storage I've had have been of old games. And the thing is, some of those old games are now, I can access them by a GOG, so I don't need to keep discs anymore. Create at least one of those posters. The posters are staying. Some of them aren't mine anyway. The splash over there is not mine. There used to be another one, but I think it got moved, of George Best and Tom Finney shaking hands. But we're keeping the rest of those. Some of them I could probably get rid of or just give to my sister or whatever, but I'm definitely keeping some of these things. No, when you come out of the bedroom, I have a lot of storage stuff. I have a PS2 and games, actual copies of games. And I need to decide whether or not I want to keep that or whether I just get rid of it and just, Obviously, the reason I want to keep the PS2 is because not for the actual console per se, just to be clear. The intent and purpose that I had was someday I'm going to find a way to burn those PS2 games onto a disc or some way of getting them so I can play them on an emulator. I don't know how that works. I've never actually taken the time to look into PS2 emulation. But if I could emulate a PS2 with a legit BIOS from my console and then stick all my CD games and play them off that, great. That's all I want it for. Because I won't mind playing some PS2 games someday, and that's one of the many things that I've said over the years I won't mind doing, because I love the PS2 era of games. And I would love to play some of them. But I've never really had the time to invest in it. But I have wisely kept these things. And I need to decide whether I want to do that or not. Because honestly, I could just throw them out the window and not bother, Not really bothered about that. That's one of the decisions I have to make. Because ideally, I don't want a lot of things. When I get my own place, I'm going to have a lot of stuff in it. I'm going to be very minimalistic because it's clutter. I don't like the idea of things, clutter, stuff I have to keep an eye on. I only want the things I will definitely actually use and little else, I want to keep things as simple as possible so I don't have all this psychological clutter to deal with, so I can get home and know what I want to do. So I will be spending a good day or so at some point in the next 2 weeks clearing my room and going, okay, do I need to keep this or can I get rid of it? Am I going to use it? These books, am I going to use these books? Do I need to keep these books? Do I need to keep these games, these CD? Well, I have actually cleared out a lot of stuff in the past, but I feel I could get rid of more stuff. Things I really, really don't need anymore. And I really do want to mow it down to just only the stuff I'm actually going to want to keep, and then I can just be a lot happier for that. Because as I say in the past, I used to hoard a lot of things and then I got rid of everything. I just realized how much I didn't miss it when it was gone, Yes, it would have been nice to have kept some of the things, but honestly, I didn't need all those old Game Boy things. I've not played a Game Boy game for ages, and I have emulation if I really want to do it again. You know, I used to like have a GBA and a lot of stuff, and I got rid of it all to a charity, and I have far too much stuff when it comes to books. Yeah, I mean, there's some books I probably want to keep. I actually kind of wish I'd kept Albert Camus' The Plague. I don't know why the hell I got rid of it. That's a book I actually enjoyed. But anyway, I digress. I need to do that. I also obviously want to make a room full of books at some point. Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that per se. I certainly will be keeping some books. But but I want to decide which books do I really want to keep. Which ones are like things I am probably going to maybe look over again at some point or display, and which ones could I say this was a good book, I've read through it, but I don't want to keep it for storage. A book cave. I need to get back into reading because I've kind of not read for like a week and a half. Even though I said I was going to try and read every day, and I'm in the middle of that waking up book that Manic suggested to me. But yeah, I want to make the most of it. I want to do stuff. I want to like do things, streaming things, life things, sorting out little cluttery life things. There are 2 or 3 books that if I lost them, I won't be able to obtain again. 2 of them don't even have an ISBN. Yeah, I enjoy reading fiction all the time. And I have more books I like to keep. I could get rid of most of them. Fair enough. So yeah. The Necronom. I actually do have the Lovecraft collection of stuff I need to get through at some point. I've got that one. I have quite a few books I need to get through. It's just getting the time. It's just psychologically. I actually do have the time to do it. It's just getting me to sit down and say, read, half an hour, go. And not get distracted by other things. I suspect I will soon be able to do that. But anyway. The other thing I'm sort of getting used to at the moment is the fact that I have the house to myself, and for an extended period at the moment. Yeah, I tried to set a routine for that, and I've not followed it. I have not followed any of it really, but I'm keeping it up there. I definitely need to do more reading. Because I did enjoy Doom Guy that I read through. And I was enjoying this Sam Harris book as well. It was very useful. I mean, I was practicing meditation as well. And I've only done it twice so far, and I need to do more of it. I think it'd be nice if I could do it every day, and I need to keep practicing that. I could do it in the morning, for like when I get up. While the sun's shining, like things are going, I could do it while the washing's on, just meditate for 20 minutes. I need to do more meditation, is the point. I want to practice it, because I think it'd be very handy. And it felt nice when I did it for the first time. Yeah, I mean, I got to the part where it told me how to meditate, and then I stopped reading it, but started meditating like twice, and I need to get back to reading the rest of the book. So, yeah, I need to get back on that. Need to stop slacking on the reading front. But yeah, as I was saying, I have to get used to looking after the house because at the moment my mom is not here. She is gone to see my sister, who is expecting my niece any day now. Literally. The due date is tomorrow. I'm just quickly checking if I have any messages on that front. I do not. Okay, so we're still waiting. I actually predicted that the niece would arrive today on April Fool's. But no word so far. And my mum is getting a bit fed up of being down there. She wants to come back home. And I don't blame her. But at the moment, I'm using this as a chance to get used to some living on my own. It is definitely good practice. I'm going to need quite a bit of that. But I have learnt a couple of things. It's definitely different to say that you can note things. Hello, Draukin, how's it coming? If it doesn't come today, then who is it? Then it is you who is the fool, as per usual. I've heard the tales of your cooking. Yes, my cooking. I actually didn't cook today. I changed my mind. I ordered a Domino's pizza because I got back from the gym. I didn't feel like doing the beef stroganoff, but I will do it tomorrow. I will do it. Sometimes I want a day where I'm just like, I can't be arsed. I just want something to eat. Fuck it. So, but tomorrow I will do it because it's fun. I still got plenty of food, so I'm not going to be short on that. But anyway, I'm getting used to looking after the house. And let me tell you one thing. I am going to be very glad when I don't have a cat to deal with in my house, because fucking hell, I don't know how the hell my mum puts up with that cat. I really don't get it. There are cat hairs literally on fucking everything. It is absolutely disgusting. You know. It just strongly hints that when I get my own place, I am never having a cat. It is a pain in the ass. I know, yes, it's a pain in the ass. That part being on your own, fuck it, order a pizza. Yeah, exactly. I don't think there's anything wrong with that occasionally. Yeah, I know, vacuuming, keeping on top of it, it's just a pain. I mean, thankfully I keep her out of my bedroom. I can shut the door. I refuse to let her in my bedroom. It's like, okay, you got my mum's bed and you got the down there. I clean those. You're not stepping foot in my room. Applies to girlfriends. Well, that's why I don't bother with that either. But that's a different sort of thing that I very rarely get asked about, surprisingly, and I'm very glad that I don't. But yeah, don't smack the door in your girlfriend's face, though. Well, no. But then I've never had one, so I don't need to worry about that, and nor do I want one either. Just to clarify nope, it's not because of that. It is a very simple reason, Drauken. I do not want to be in a relationship because I'm not interested, and I doubt I have the experience or emotional maturity to maintain one. That is the honest answer. It's nothing to do with orientation or anything like that. I simply am not interested in being in a relationship. I would see it as a net negative over time. Personally. And no, I'm not the I word. Nothing to do with that. It is a personal choice for various reasons. And I am actually genuinely surprised, considering I work in a workplace that is dominated by women who like to gossip about things. I'm genuinely surprised that I have not been asked about my relationship status more often. Yeah, I don't think I'm allowed to say it on Twitch because it's not quite in. Because it's not quite in, but those people might belong in cells. You get me? I think you can infer what word I'm trying to say there. I don't think I'm allowed to say that word on Twitch because it's probably a naughty, wrong think type word. So, yeah. Okay, well, Drauken doesn't care. That's Drauken. There he is. Ban him. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's deleted. Thanks, Shakar. He will just post it again. So, it's a losing battle with Drauken. I don't actually know if it's banned. I just make the assumption that it is. I could be wrong. But, I simply just don't take any responsibility for my chat. If they say the bad word, that's their business. Anyway. Is it? Alright, okay. That doesn't surprise me. God. Oh, okay, well, fair enough then. That's why it was banned. Well, thank you in that case, Shakar. So anyway, I'm surprised I never get asked about that at work. I don't think I've ever been asked, and I'm very grateful for that, to be honest, because it'd be a really awkward conversation to have with somebody. Like, hey, why aren't you in a relationship with someone? Because I don't want to be. And I prefer to keep it that way because I had my chances to get into relationships when I was younger. I fucked them all up because I was too awkward. And now I'm realizing the benefits. Okay. Happily single too. Yeah, I am going to remain happily single for the rest of my life. I am the meme of the 40-year-old wizard. Or is it 30? I'm sure it's 30, you become the 30-year-old wizard. Anything a streamer can't say, the chat can't say. Twitch is petty, but it's just something to deal with when I be on the platform. Oh, trust me, Shakar, I fucking know how petty Twitch can be. Having experienced that not 3 years ago. I still haven't forgiven them entirely for that shit, and I never will until they tell me who the fuck did it. And I have my suspicions as to who it was. But I'll never know, and I've moved on mostly, but I haven't forgotten it. Paved a good lesson, but it certainly left a sour taste. Anyway, a good relationship can be nice with like a Pandora's box that might be as now ever been in my life. Yes, well, thank you for that, Shakar. This was in the problem we wouldn't used to have in the Dope Lives days or on Dope Lives in general, but obviously being on Twitch, these things are a thing. Anyway, but I digress. So, I'm getting used to looking after the house, and a cat is a pain in the ass. And honestly, I kind of wish that if the cat wasn't in the house, things would be much easier. But, it's my mom's cat, whatever. When I have my own place, there will be no cat. It'll just be me. It'll be much easier. And I guess really my job, my TA2 job is, having done the first term of it, the first 6 weeks, it's a bit more stressful. There's more stuff to do. I've been gradually introduced to doing more things, and there's more stuff that's going to be foisted upon me, and it's led to some stuff happening this term. It's been a bit awkward, but I've survived 2 things. But my free time seems to be, there is no cat, only John Zulby. There is, the free time is going to pretty much remain the same, I think. I don't think I'm going to have any extended, periods where my free time isn't going to be similar to what it was when I was a TA1, which is good. There is possible I might have to come in a bit earlier at starting work to get stuff done, but otherwise, I'm able to keep the same hours, which is great. And considering I don't get paid that much more in the TA1 from what I see, I think I only get paid about another £70, £80. I'm actually glad I don't have a massive amount more. I mean, I got a lot to do as it is. And I'm happy to stay in this position, if I can keep it. But it is stressful. It's definitely a lot more stressful. But I am mainly juggling as best as I can. So yeah, there's that. So that's pretty much my personal stuff. Easter break, gonna try and make the most of it. You might get some extra streams in the afternoon occasionally, in the morning, maybe some evening ones that run late. I don't know. I will try to get in a couple. It's not gonna be it's not gonna be a lot, but I might squeeze in some extra streams here. Maybe a poker practice here, a DBD there, a whatever stream here or there that I decide to do. But as long as I'm making the most of the Easter break, that's what I'm striving to do. Okay, so moving on from that, I also had a lot of free time, because my company didn't get enough customers as of late. Now it's over, I have to work again. I want to get this strange magic thing they call money. It's all a big mess with the money thing, and it's no good, trust me, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I get, with my current salary, I get $1,300 a month, as it turns out, which is decent, a little better than what I was making about 1.2k before, now I'm on 1.3, so I've made a little bit more, but it's not massive. And I'm going to have to, really budget tightly when I have my own place. So it'd be nice to start getting some better habits in place. Pardon me. And that's where the side gig of having, winning the odd poker tournament or getting the odd streaming thing would be nice. But a month, geez, dude, that's so low. Yes, I know it is. It's very low. It's not great. The thing is, though, I could potentially not spend a lot of money and it'd be fine. I am very good at saving my cash. I could do a lot better. I know I could do a lot better at saving my money. But I currently have, I won't have it as of probably the next few days because I'll have to spend it. But I have about just shy of 23 grand in my account at the moment. I am saving up for a house by the end of the decade. So my intention is to just really knuckle down. I should be really upping the ante on that now, to be honest. But, I have got past 20k. So the goal now is to push it upwards, It'd be nice to end this year on 30k, then next year 40 and 50 and 60 and 70, and then eventually have enough to put down a deposit for a house, have a decent amount of bank behind, And hopefully by then some side thing or other occurrence will happen and I'll have a decent amount of money coming in, so that if I say have to put 20 grand on a house, maybe I've got like 40 or 50 back that I can use that to keep my funds solid for staying in the house, and hopefully that just sort of stays around and then I'm set. That's the plan. That is the plan. The 10-year plan, you know. Save a shitload of money, buy a house in 2030, and then when I'm 40 odd, I'm finally in my own fucking place. And then I can do what I want. And by then, that time, I'll be too old to appreciate something. But I'll be good. I'll be good. I hope. You're going to paint the walls fire blue so that Twitch and Cutter will hate your webcam? Nah, I'd rather not do that. Probably just not even paint the walls that much. It varies by country. In Germany, if you buy a house and come with 20k, you're laughed off. You'd give to 100k for starters. Yeah, well, I'm not going looking for a big house. Just a small one, really. I don't really need much. I just need a kitchen, a bedroom, a bathroom, and a room where I can use the internet. And that's about it. I won't need much. And a cave for Cherry, yes, of course, but the Cherry cave is, yeah, a living room. That's it. I need 4 rooms, a good internet connection is a must, so I can do all this online stuff that I do. And that's it. It'd be very simple, you know. I wouldn't really be getting a lot of luxuries. I mean, I want a TV. I won't need a TV because I don't use a TV. I use my computer. I'd rather have a bedroom for Cherry and a small cave for you. Cherry went their way, that's what would happen. But Cherry does like the cave, so I don't think you'll have to worry about that for them. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. So, as some of you will know, over the last month or so, I have been doing a survey about the channel. Now, since the request lists were wrapped up and they're not coming back, and that's staying the same, there will be no more request lists. I'm done with those forever. Or sleep under the stairs, maybe. Like Harry Potter. The band recently built a modern apartment house made qualities. That was for people. Guess what it cost? Something like 800k in a million. Okay, it's modern and nice, but that's just bad. It's not a house, a fucking apartment. I request more request lists. No. Bank. Wow. That's a lot of money, Manok. So, I've been doing a survey about the future of the channel. I've asked all my admins. I've asked a lot of my regulars. And I've asked a couple of people outside of the regulars for their thoughts. And it basically came down to 4 questions. What do you like about the channel? What do you not like about the channel? What could be improved on the channel? And what direction do you think the channel should go in? And the 4 options obviously were variety, doom focused, poker focused. You're not a streamer anymore. No streams. How like you about the channel. That's very nice. So, I'm just going to move these documents around a bit, as you do. So, whenever I see someone who is there with I think I poor guy, he's in debt for the rest of his life. That's probably what they want, isn't it? They want you in debt so they can have all your money. That's why people want credit cards and credit card debt. And I'm like, I'm not getting a credit card. I'm not even going to start with that shit. If I can't afford something, I can't afford something. So be it. That's why I'm saving up, so I never have that problem. I'll just have a crap ton of money in bank so I could buy what I need. Anyway. Yes, it is. So, the survey results are in. Thank you to everyone who took part. There were 2 people I was waiting for, but I decided to not wait. I said to them, I'm concluding the survey. I've got more than enough answers. Thank you anyway. If they still want to submit, I mean, one of them I've not heard back from at all, and I'm actually worried they're not around or busy. I hope Robert Faust is okay. And Flim Springfield, I know, is around. He's just had an essay planned for an answer. Yes, it is. Sorry. So I went through the survey results. I mean, I've not got every little thing. I've tried to sort of pick up on big things, and maybe I've missed one or 2 points, but I've sort of picked out what I found to be interesting stuff that I noticed and stuff that will help me make my decision. But I will just go through the notes that I've made now. So the survey results are as follows, the notes I've made. Of the people who took part, 21 people chose the variety option. Now, some of those were half and half answers, and I've counted those as 0.5s, but 21 people in total on this numerical scale chose variety. 11 people chose the Doom-focused option. Nobody chose poker. Nobody chose no stream except for Nitro, but he was kind of joking, I think. So, essentially, probably what I expected, to be perfectly honest. A sort of reasonable slanted divide between the first two options, out of which variety came out on top. No one really picked the poker option. I mean, some people were happy people were happy. This is poker focused, keep in mind. Yeah, that's the thing. Poker focused. As Doom focused would be Doom focused, For clarification, in case anyone doesn't know, variety would basically be me doing what I do now, where I play whatever I want and do all kinds of stuff. Doom Focus would be me going back to my early days on the channel and playing a lot more Doom stuff with the occasional other game. Poker Focus would be me playing a lot more poker stuff with playing occasionally a Doom mod here or a small game there, but mainly focusing on the poker things. I feel like the camera's a bit off position. And the no stream option would be me retiring and not streaming anymore and just becoming a background player or whatever. So most people were plunging for variety, which doesn't surprise me. I expected that. I expected it to be maybe a little closer on the Doom focused to variety, but the sentiment is there that a lot of people like to see the variety from the survey. And nobody didn't want me to stop streaming. No one was really interested in the poker. So that's made it abundantly clear what, from the survey, a lot of people are here to watch. John's World. Totally awesome. So, some other notes that I've made. Bridge Burner and Naza mentioned about how they used to like the playtest streams that they used to do. You're essentially playing something you enjoy, yes. Bridge and Naza are set to talk about the playtesting stream. Bridge even mentioning that it was the thing that he really liked about the channel when he first saw it was the fact I was doing these playtest streams. And Corn King also mentioned about a monthly playtest that he used to like as well. So 3 different people mentioned about the old playtest streams I used to do. I haven't done a playtest stream for a couple of months. And in fact, I don't think I've done one this year at all so far. So that was something I noticed. There was a few people who were mentioning about the playtest stuff that I used to do. Okay. Lord Misfit mentioned about more mods for Doom stuff, which is something that Lord Misfit has mentioned for about 4 years, at least. And Xbox Clown 89 also suggested something about a poll for Doom mods. This is talking about stuff like Doom Infinite, corruption cards, blah, 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 blah. Stuff like that. I agree. I've put a note here. A good amount of people chose variety with Doom stuff included. Because when some people chose the variety option, they were keen to emphasize that was with Doom option. Quite a few people, when they chose just do variety, also said, yeah, have variety with Doom. Have variety with Doom. Make sure the variety includes a decent amount of Doom content with it. And sometimes options 1 and 2 were split down the middle. That's why there was the 0.5s. So, yeah, as I said, a very noticeable split between people who wanted pure variety and people who wanted Doom focus, and so overlapping quite a bit. Reasons why I like the playtest streams. Having an opinion about the what is crucial, which influences your interaction towards often short, which seems long slugs through several sessions of media level design. Fair enough. I used to like the shortness of some of the map sets too. I noticed there were several dislikes for Dead by Daylight. Some people did not like that game on my channel. Fair enough. I know a few of you like watching me play the game, but it seems a few people just said, like, when asked what they didn't like, Dead by Daylight came up. And I'm aware that Dead by Daylight is not a popular thing on this channel. Okay. Another sentiment that came through from quite a lot of people was the emphasis on sticking to what I enjoy personally. A very strong sentiment from quite a few of you, emphasizing that I should play what I want to play, do what I want. And Shakar, you were one of those people as well who mentioned this. I think Maddock even mentioned it as well to some extent. Play what I want to play, do what I want to do. Yeah, you were the first one I asked, so, you know. But a few other people also went along with that. I think Mia Pineapple was another one. But that was a pretty strong sentiment. People mentioning, play what you want to play, John. Have fun with it. Several people also disliked the rage moments, but they acknowledged that I've gotten better at it, which is, I'm glad to hear that. You know, some people said, like, Sesame said, like, it was really awkward to watch when I get very upset at the game. But among most of the people that said that, but they disliked, they also mentioned, like, I think Bridge also mentioned this, that I have got better at it. Which is why I sometimes stop watching you play when you play shitty wars and force yourself to continue playing when you're obviously not having a good time. Yeah, I have a decent amount of stubbornness and persistence, and sometimes I need to let that not happen. And again, I've gotten better at that. I do sometimes skip levels or skip playing things if it's like if it's a little too much. If it's just way over the top, and I just don't. So, yeah. So that's something. I know, but people don't like the rage stuff. I mean, maybe when I was starting out, a few people found it funny. And sometimes maybe my rage can be a bit weird. But I'm glad that people perceive that as being significantly better. And I've improved. There's still work to be done, but I'm definitely better than I used to be. I think having the webcam has helped, honestly. It keeps me in check. I mean, it doesn't stop me from doing everything, all the dumb autistic stuff that I do, but it has helped, as has the passage of time and maturity. I still get angry at dumb video game stuff, though, which is annoying, but I've gotten better at managing it, I think, and will continue to get better at managing it. So, yeah. Also, what was mentioned by a couple of people, Ostinado, Naza, Mia Pineapple, was the idea of a schedule. You know, having some kind of a schedule that might bring in people to watch on a regular basis. I will get back to that point shortly. And a lot of you pretty much said my chat interaction was good. That was one of the things that a lot of people mentioned as a positive. Chat interaction was great. They really liked that I talked to people in the chat, that I interacted with them. You know, that's something I'm very proud of mostly maintaining. That's why it feels a bit weird when I go a bit silent for long periods, but I do, you know, I mean, sorry. I feel proud of that because I used to, when I first started streaming, I used to have to be talking to like people all the time. You know, like imagine a chat full of 90, 100, 190 people and several people were talking all the time. And there's an IRC list that keeps going up and it's quite busy. I used to keep on top of that. You know, back when it was so, I don't know if I could do that now. I'd probably lose track. But, you know, I've always liked the idea of interacting with the chat. I've always thought that's pretty the critical part. The streamer talks to the chat then talks back to the streamer. I get that it's fine if people want to work and not say anything for the entire stream and chill, but I like the interaction. I like talking to people and them having opinions on what I'm playing, and I talk about what they say. It just makes it feel like a community, a little chill zone, as opposed to a service or a job or whatever. I have no problem with your rage when you can at the same time also smile about it and kind of make honest jokes by yourself raging. I mean, completely lose the humor of it when it becomes a bit hard to watch for me. What I feel has improved the most, honestly, if you begin to shake it off afterwards. You get frustrated and annoyed by it out and continue enjoying yourself. Yeah, I think I need to do a lot more of that. You used to get super tilted when you get upset at the game. China Ratchet and Suitepee's channel, 11 out of 10. Best part of it all. Oh, god damn it, Shakar. You need to ban yourself for that. But yeah, I really like the chat interaction. It's why I do this for, I do this to talk to people and have fun conversations and nerd out about nerdy shit sometimes. I know streaming has changed over the years and more people having to work and background while they do whatever, and I get that. But I'm a very old-fashioned streamer. I just prefer the, maybe I've been spoiled in the past by the massive super active things, but I've always enjoyed that. And I'm glad that, I'm still able to consistently do that, I'm glad I'm doing a good job on that front. Okay. Well, got you now. Yep, I do. So, there's also some comments. Oh, if it wasn't for your channel, I won't be friends with Chicago Baby or Prime You, of course, it itself always says a lot about your stream. Oh, that's nice. Just checking something real quick. We've got 11 people. Awesome. I also just picked out some quotes from the survey that caught my attention. I'll just go through these now. Tourniquet, not seen a lot of him, but he is one of my admins, has mentioned, I wouldn't put more focus on Doom content, not more than you've done in recent years. Too many other Doom streamers, so I doubt you'd attract more viewers that way. I'd have to say I'd agree with Tourniquet thing. I used to get a few people back in the day, but there's so many different... I've mentioned this myself a few times. Hey, Jesus, how you doing? There's so many different Doom streamers out there now. There's so many options. The wave of viewers is stretched. There's so many options out there for people to delve into. Doing well, thanks, Mr. Suitepee. How are you? I'm doing okay. Enjoying my Easter break. Just going through the results of my survey, and shortly I will be announcing the decision as to what the future of this channel holds. Is attracting more viewers a go? Your Doom streams actually see less people than your variety streams, I've noticed. I could certainly say that I have noticed that when I play a Doom WOD, which I'm very sure about 2 or 3 years ago used to pull in about 20 to 30 people on average, with raids usually bumping it up to 40, 50, 60, whatever, depending on the raid. I now notice that when I do a Doom stream, I usually get somewhere near 20 at best, until someone raids me. I've noticed that that's not as big as it is, but again, there's more options for people to watch the Doom content now. Because Discord servers, there's Duffer streamers, there's speedrunners, there's STX Bio, there's Mr. Icarus, there's Coincidente, there's Vortal, there's Derek, there's many options for Doom streamers that do regularly play Doom stuff. And yes, STX Bio is great. It's a bit hard to I guess you could say, compete with someone who A, plays Doom in an extremely chill way, and B, is extremely good at it, and is a speedrunner, and therefore has metric ton of insight. Is attracting more viewers a go? I would say that, as I've said in the past, it is nice when it's a steady growth. I've always liked that, like the steady growth, like maybe like, I don't know, keeping like 20, 30 people, maybe slowly bumping it up to 30, 35 and so forth. Just, yeah, a little bit. I'm very pleased with the small community I have, from what I guess you could call it that. But, I've always wanted to like keep going, a little bit. But now I don't know. I mean, I've always liked the steady growth, but I do wonder if I've hit that point where maybe I'm not bothered as much anymore about it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, the top 3 to 5 priorities for the channel. Attracting viewers might come in third or fourth place, I would guess. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't have to be like, I'm not looking to suddenly gain like 100 people. You know, what I'm looking for is like, for years and years and years, when I've done this on Twitch, there's always been like new followers every so often. You know, I mean, I didn't get to 2,000 followers in 10 years by not doing something right very steadily, you know. It always used to be a cool thing, like, hey, I'm streaming and maybe I get 3 or 4 followers a stream, and maybe I noticed the chat is like up to 20, 30. You know, when I first started out, I seem to remember my Doom streams did track about 10, 15 people, and I saw it rise to 20 and then 30 and stay around 30 for a long time-ish, you know. And there was that steady growth. And it feels like that's kind of just completely thrown off a cliff. We do have 15 views, yeah. This is nice. And, you know, I said this during the RAF stream. I find it really a shame that when I get the first-time chats and the new followers, that most of them are just people selling shit, or they're just people saying, go to my dodgymalwaresite.com. You know, instead of it being like that genuine thought of, yay, I've managed to reach somebody new. And maybe this means a new follower, maybe someone brings a new perspective to the table, they become a regular through an interesting discussions and things happen. And that doesn't happen anymore. At least not for me. It's like so at some point in the past I somehow peaked and now I'm just kind of here, lingering around a bit. I mean, you know. Yeah, okay. We don't have to keep track of the numbers. Not enough Jerry can. I mean, I guess as long as it's steady, is what I'm happy with. But steady, but like trying to go up a little bit, you know, a little bit. I don't obsess over the metrics, but I do keep an eye on them to see what I'm doing right. But I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, in terms of the priorities for the channel, I couldn't tell you right now. It would be an honest answer for that. Maddock, I guess, really, I just want to be able to stream to, I mean, you know, stream, I don't know, just play video games, have fun streaming it, and maybe as I do that, I sort of see a very slow growth, like I've had for years. Which doesn't happen anymore for whatever reason. So, yeah, I guess that's about a summary of it. But I'd agree with Tourniquet's statement, you know, if I'm just thinking I can just go back into playing Doom and use that to get back to that way, it won't happen anymore. Perhaps I've reached every Doom player I can, and that's it. When we help a company reach its goals, writing down the top priorities is one of the first and most important things we do. Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, I generally do say I don't know what my goals were. I mean, one of my goals was hit 2,000 followers, and I hit that last year. You know, I hit the 2,000, I did the Sunder stream, and that was a nice target. And now I don't really know what my target is. You know, do I want to see the old numbers come back? Do I want to start going for 3,000 followers? Do I want to create an interesting series? Do I want to start try and get up to 30, 40 people average in my chats? I don't know. I honestly don't know. In terms of that. Maybe I just want to be able to stream. Maybe I'm content with the audience I have. And all I gotta do is just keep streaming and having fun with that audience. And if people show up, great. Maybe I need more woo. Maybe. You know, I would have to think about that. Honestly, goals aren't priorities. You evaluate your goals after you find your priorities to say core values. Well, man, I didn't think I'd have to think about this after the first comment from a person. I got quite a few of these more to get through, by the way. Maybe I should keep doing that. Can we? I'll go back to that point in a little bit about this priorities for the channel. I think you've. I think we'll come back to that little point. Let's make a little note there. All right. Kinikos mentioned about a mic. A goal could be reached, then it's off the list. Priorities stay on the list because there is never a point when you finally reach a priority. Like, for example, I want my regular viewers to feel good watching my stream. Okay, I've made a note of that. Thank you. Kinikos Dragoon mentioned about a mic that doesn't pick up on the acoustics of the room. Not yet, Pineapple. I'm just going over the results of the survey. Also, how was Dark Souls 2? Oh, hey, Misfit. So I have to wonder, I'm just going to the chat, I wonder if expanding away from being used to just doing map sets with Doom might expand your viewer base in Doom stuff, i.e. more sporadic coverage of mods and total conversions without being requested for them first. Yeah, I mentioned your comment a few moments ago about saying you want me to play more mods and stuff like that. One of the things I picked up on in the survey. And yeah, that's a point. Doing more things. But anyway, I'm just going through the notes from the survey. Then I'm going to make my decision that I've made. We can go for me. Our tell session is for you guys to total 10 and you guys being the big bad priorities or having fun of wearing the rules. Okay. Well, honestly, then I haven't thought about priorities of the channel. I need to think of them. But anyway. Kinikos mentioned about a mic that doesn't pick up room acoustics. Just something that was mentioned. I mean, I think sometimes it does a little bit, but you know, I don't think that the mic is too much of a thing, I guess. I mean, it's picking up the fans' loudness now, but I don't have like full soundproofing or whatever, but I guess it's something I could try and work on in the future to make me soundproof the mic better or something. Although I do have a decent mic, but obviously I could do better. But yeah, that's just something that Nikos said. Maybe in the future I'll try and get a better mic. Possibly. Drauken made a comment saying, I would like to see more variety in what is played, breaching out from what you normally default to, even if not a request from someone, and perhaps trying to attract more of a community that will, that was in all caps, show up to things regardless of what they are. Mics that don't still pick up such tobacco or disadvantages. It's better and easier to soundproof your room. Okay, fair enough. I mean, the only sound of my room I would probably be able to soundproof is the sound of my fan. The mic could be placed further away from the computer maybe or something like that. I don't know. I digress. Now this is referring to a comment. I think Drauken's picked it up on something that I have mentioned in the past as well a couple of times where it's like, but it's interesting that Shakar then says, you felt like you've seen more people come for the variety stuff than the Doom stuff, though. That's an interesting observation. But I think the other thing that Drauken has picked up on here is like, I have said in the past, like, I play Doom, I get 30 people. I play this variety, I get 10. It's like, it would be nice if people shut up for me a bit more, but I understand that they always don't. But it's an interesting point saying, like, trying to get people who will want to show up for the COP or And I'd agree. I would like to try out different kind of games. There have been things I've wanted to take a look at for a while. You know, you have heard me talk about stuff like I want to try playing like a Forza Horizon type game where I'm in a car and I go explore a place, or maybe I want to try like a city building game or something, or I want to try this game series or that game series, or I want to play the Tomb Raider series. You know, you have heard, or whatever you want, a fair amount of regulars will have heard me probably mention a couple of things. I say, I want to play this, I want to play that someday, I want to play that someday, I want to play that someday. That's good, Pineapple. I'm playing through Dark Souls 2 in co-op, though, so I can't really play it on my own. And honestly, I don't want to play Dark Souls 2 by myself because I don't really rate that game as a solo experience. Compared to the first, it seems bloody awful. But co-op, it's great. I've had a lot of fun playing co-op in Dark Souls 2. It probably seems even more suited for that. But yeah, it's an interesting point. Play different things that, you know, breach it out from what I normally go into. I assume this is like, don't just stick to FPS stuff all the time. You know, try different things. When you play a game I don't like watching, I usually off your stream for something like 1 or 2 weeks. Would be nicer for me if you'd mix up the games and play more than one at the same time. More than one at the same time. This is a niche of Twitch folks who really like to see some Dark Souls too. Oh, that's nice that you found that niche, Pineapple. I get what you're saying. Like, when I play a game, I shouldn't just play that game till completion. I should, like, bounce around between several games, like, have one day for one stream, that game. Yeah, you're talking about, like, a schedule type thing. Or bouncing around between different games or whatnot. I mean, I get that that's a good idea for longer games. You know, like longer games, like RPGs, where like it might take 20 parts to complete the game or whatever, or 20 streams, I should say. But when I'm playing like a smaller game, I like the idea of just continuing to play it until it's finished. When I used to stream a long time ago on Dope Lives, and you might not believe me when I did this, Drowcon will definitely remember this. When I used to stream on Dope Lives back from like the early days, the first couple of years, I used to stream and beat up to 3 to 4 games at the same time. And I will point out that these were not fucking short games either. I used to bounce around between stuff like Fallout, New Vegas. I remember one year, 2011, I beat several RPGs. Skyrim, Fallout 3, New Vegas, Arx Fatalis, Pokemon Crystal version, I think. And a few others I also got around to. But I used to have this thing, an old request list, where like I would be like, games I'm currently playing, games I'm going to play. And I would juggle between them, just like you just said. Like, I'd do one stream one day, bounce to the other game, go back and forth, back and forth. When that game was completed, I'd just put something else in the slot and I'd carry on. Could be a spontaneous decision each day, like just play this game, play that game, like bounce around between them so that people... I get what you're saying though, Maddock. Like, if someone doesn't want to watch that game, they ain't coming to the stream until it's finished. But if I switch it up and do different games, then... yeah. Sweet needs to play more games involving minds belonging into Dutchman. Oh, for fuck's sake. We're not talking about that game. Oh, God. Oh, I cannot believe you brought that fucking game up. I'm gonna get Vortal. I need Vortal to play that. He's doing Atari ST stuff right now. I hope he fucking plays that game. He can have some fun with that shit. In fact, if I go to his stream with him, I'm gonna ask him if he's played it. Oh God, for 6.5 hours of my fucking life playing that. Ugh. I mean, it's an idea I could consider if I was to implement some kind of a strict sort of routine of bouncing between games or whatever. 20 to 40 minutes. The game is... oh, God. The game is called Lost Dutchman's Mine for the Atari ST. It's bloody awful. I wouldn't recommend people to play it. It's fucking awful. It's an interesting game, but it's awful. And very, very tough. Yeah, well, the game is fucking hard. I don't know where the hell 24 minutes estimate even came from back then. I think people were just trolling. But anyway. And it's an idea, Maddock, you know. Because I know that some people, like, when I've played Saints Row, people are like, nope, not tuning in for Saints Row. Nope, not tuning in for Doom stuff. If I did sort of, like, bounce between two different games at the same time, that could be doable, I guess. Like, maybe I could do, like, a Doom thing and a variety game at the same time and just bounce back and forth, back and forth, back and forth between them. And just wait till they're both done. I could try that, actually. If we're playing poker on Thursdays, yeah. Well, depending on how my poker goes this Thursday, I might not be able to go next Thursday because there'll be no point. Might take a night off. You know, I might actually try that. I might actually try going back to that. Maybe, like, bounce between two different things at the same time and see how that goes. Like, maybe I play the Doom thing one stream, then the next stream I play this other game, and then I go back and forth, back and forth. I might try that, actually. Okay. I think I'm gonna try that. I might try that. It's something I used to do. I might give that a spin for next thing. Like, maybe I'll pick a Doom thing and I'll pick a... whatever I choose to do. You know, I might try that. Okay. Fuzzball also quoted in the survey as saying, or perhaps some other games/series you haven't actually tried before. Like, if you've had, I really want to try this sometime, then do it. Not so much, I will play what the audience wants me to. Like, if there's been a personal interest or curiosity about a game/series you've had over the years, but never really gone around to trying it. We will probably play Dying Light 2 next Thursday. You can join early on you sometimes. Yeah, co-op stuff. I know people have mentioned that in the past. So that's another thing. That's similar to, like, Drowkid's comment. Play stuff I've wanted to talk about. I've mentioned over the years. You know, like the Tomb Raider thing. You know. Or other games I've perhaps mentioned a few times in the past I'd like to try. It's an interesting sentiment from Fuzz. Fuzz has always advocated for me just playing when I want to play, you know. Which is very nice of her. World Misfit also said in the survey, but I see it as every 2 to 3 Doom things, maybe 3 to 4 Doom things, add in a variety game between them, basically. So World Misfit was kind of more in favour of a Doom-focused thing, but put in a variety game in between Doom stuff. And you wouldn't be the only one. A few people also thought similar. You know, as I said, in the total of the survey, 21 points were on variety, 11 for Doom. And a lot of people who chose variety were also keen to stress the Doom part. So that was World Misfit's comment. Nitro number 9 mentioned your camera could do with an upgrade, but it also depends on your finances and you as a person. Comfort is important. I'm not exactly sure if I really need to update the camera. It's a pretty good one, I think. Ish? Yeah, your cam isn't as clear, it's a little fuzzy. I mean, really? I mean, it's not doing that flickering thing it used to do, actually. I'm not actually sure where the settings are for this thing. As weird as that sounds. I mean, if they talk about in the OBS settings. I mean, you know, it's higher res. Well, to be fair, let's be fair, most of the time, that's the camera size. Maybe that's why it's not as big of a problem, because I don't hog... This is the normal camera size for me playing a game, because I want the webcam there, but I don't want it to be like a massive part of the thing. It's not like a priority. I get what you're saying. It's probably not like the super high resonance of high res, but it's there. You know, this thing apparently goes up to HD 1080p according to the Logitech thing on the side. No, it probably doesn't. I'd agree with that. I know that when this changed to an LED light, the lighting was a bit weird, but I think the camera's okay, but your lighting and mounting definitely don't use budget at the moment. Yeah, maybe I could mess around with it at some point, see if I can get some improvements on sound and that. I certainly might be one to do like a sort of tech stream where we try and maybe add some stuff to the channel. Like there's also another, this is also in regards to another suggestion, I suppose, that Marissa made. She suggested perhaps a stream overlay, a layout that more neatly separates the game view from chat and camera, alerts, etc. That would be like, I'm not really sure I'm down for that, but I did used to do that for a bit when I used to have like the chat in a separate window on the side with the game, but I'm not really too keen on an overlay. I kind of like the system of the chat being like there and alerts being there and that, you know, but it's a suggestion that Marissa made. Hey, serious, how's it going? But I think maybe I could make some improvements on maybe trying to, I don't know, make a bit sound, clear it up a bit, maybe try and get the camera to be a bit more high res, or whatever. Oh, I can actually do more stuff. Low light compensation? Whoa, what the hell? Okay, wow, I turned low light compensation off and it came up with the fuzzy line like that. This is now the analog horse camera. Alright. Let's get rid of that. Guess we can mess around at some point. Yeah. Hate it. Only if the game is a total aspect ratio or something, so it's naturally space for total to fill. But please don't have to make game footage small just to fit with the less important stuff. Yeah. I like to keep the game the clutter as minimal as possible. That's a preference. I don't like alerts and scrolly things and little things all over the place and spammy things. You know, just want to keep it simple. I feel like I've braced enough bells and whistles with the alerts and stuff like that in the past. You know, like having, I don't know, people in the past. You know, like this is an old follow. Don't get excited. You know, I feel this is enough for me. Keep it. And by the way, it's been a fucking while since I've seen a new follower on that. Well, a last genuine follower that stuck around, I should say. Like a few weeks, I think. That really like anything as far as that CRT TV sort of thing. Thanks for your feedback. Yeah. Abarke mentions your audio is not always mixed the best with gameplay / music, apparently. I know sometimes I have to adjust the sound levels, but I do have a good stereo mix option for the mic and in-game. That's why I wear these headphones, by the way. It's the only source of sound for my computer. I don't have like speakers anymore. I just go through the headphone entirely. So yeah. I recommend you to adjust the sound in the game. Well, that's what I do. I usually lower the sound so you can hear it. So I always make sure the sound's accommodated. Oh, you mean like use the in-game sound option rather than the oh, okay. Oh, right. Okay. I mean, maybe I could do that next time then. Fair enough. Okay. Proverbial mentioned in the survey. This was something in the dislike question. I think Mr. Streamerman tilts too quickly on loss or setback during game. While understandable from a competitive player's point of view, I think sometimes the loss or setback could be more accepted and factored into the equation. I would agree with that, proverbial. Unfortunately, I really suck at doing that. But you're not wrong. I do tilt very quickly when things go a bit off kilter. That is a mindset that I wish I'd never, and I wish that I did not have, but I do. He says off chat. Yeah. I think that's pretty much a good summary of the problem. If I didn't tilt so quickly, I'd be a hell of a lot better off. But anyway. I've talked about versus Con, and the last thing I picked out on was Dave Verdering. Yes, and that's something I have become more aware of, and I am still practicing it. And Dave Verdering mentions, I know you're looking for a streaming format that will work for everyone, but doing so kind of locks you into another system like the request list. So to simplify, keep the stream at 50% Doom focused, then the other 50%, a mixture of poker and non-Doom games, like Wolfenstein, which is a great game. And totally not because he gifted me the New Order and Old Blood at some point, which I may get around to. Rubbish, play more Thief too. Yeah, he did like me getting into the Thief stuff. Actually, he said that I got him into the Thief stuff because, well, Thief 1 anyway, I think, because I saw me play it. You're just as competitive as me and Proverbial. I guess I am. Is that it then? Am I just competitive? I don't know if that's it, but maybe. Like, I just suck at is that what it's described as? Competitive? Wow. I never thought of it that way before. I thought it was just because I was stupid and I just tilted, but thinking competitively. I'm not an RTS gamer. Well, I do get tilted at my own poor performance sometimes. Competitive. No, I don't think that's it. The more reason that pro gamer. I know we're close to being a pro gamer. I could barely handle RTS. I mean, I just don't like to lose. Which I guess makes sense. Alright, so those are all the comments that were mentioned. Well, I mean, there was other stuff as well, but those are the ones I picked up on. I guess I don't see it that way because of how competitive you can truly get a single-player gameplay when you're not playing against the AI that can't truly adapt to your playstyle. Fair enough. So those are the things I picked up from the survey, and these will help in part of my decision-making process. So let's scroll back the notepad files. So yeah, as I said, I want to thank everyone who took part in the survey. I could just go through a quick list of the people that I guess I'll do that. I'll give a thanks to everyone who took part in the survey. So I want to thank all the channel moderators, Bridgeburner, Shakar, Tourniquet, and Yugi Boy 85. I want to thank all the people I've classified as regulars. Ward Misfit, Serious Cacodemon, Depop, Pineapple, Nitro number 9, Pinchy Scree, Deathwing Duck, Obake, Sezamir, Neck Officer, Huacha, Corn King, Maddock, Proverbial Gamer, O'Hara Soulsphere, Xbox Clan 89, Ostinado, Termina Heart, Marissa the Magician, Aeljand, Zero Master, yes, that Aeljand, that Zero Master, NASA, Mike 5900, David During, Kinikos, Fuzzball, and then one I've put as others. This is Dark Zoma, Emma Ward, Drauken, and Sage. I mean, technically Drauken is also a regular, so. And I had to hook Cherry. And Cherry, you also had some thoughts on the survey, didn't you? Me. Yes, I know your thoughts, Cherry. Play Doom. Play Doom with Cacodemons. Get killed by the Cacodemons. Reload and try again. Thanks, Cherry. But you know, I've been doing that for quite a few years, and most of the time, I kill the Cacos. Meh! Well, tough shit. Get used to it. How is hell doing? Me, 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 me. I'm not allowed to repeat that on this stream or anywhere sensible, Cherry. You keep your opinions to yourself. What do you think of all the lava I had to deal with last night? Me, 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 me. Cherry, you're not even facing the camera when you say that. Me, 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 me. Cherry says, where's the cacodemons in the lava? I want me to bring that Kama Sutra cricket where you got beaten up. No! You know, as a mother, when you recruit a baby caco, you can also pet. Alright, anyway, it's time for a hug. I'm about to make my big channel decision, Cherry. It's a big moment for the channel, so I need to focus. Alright. Thank you, Cherry. Oh yeah, and Ward Misfit also likes the Cherry interaction. No surprise there. Right, so those are all the things from my survey. No, stop it, Scar. So, after receiving the results and after going through the points, I have come to a decision as to what I'm going to do for the future of the channel. Mostly. There may be some minor alterations, especially now that two interesting points have been brought up during the stream. But I have made my decision as to what I'm going to do. And my decision is to retire and stop streaming. Goodbye, fuck you all. Alright. I could have let that awkward silence hang for a bit longer, but... I said I wasn't going to do an April Fool's today, but I guess I just did. Oh well. I should have prepared something and was going to pull that shit after all the build-up. Alright. No, that's not what I'm going to come to. I don't think I could. In all honesty, I didn't expect that option to even get anywhere close, because if I don't stream, I don't know what I'd do. I'd probably end up with a fucking MMO subscription and just, I don't know, time sink in some game or something. I don't know if I want to do that, but that's what I'd probably end up doing. Or just playing a metric ton of poker. And not much else. Which could have some benefits, I suppose, but... Nah, okay, so... God damn it, so, my actual decision, you know, after giving it some thought, and again, this will probably not surprise some of you, but we'll see. The decision that I'm going to take of the channel going forward is... I don't know if I need a drum roll for this. No, do we need a drum roll? Nah, we don't need a drum roll. That's just silly. Just pretend there's a drum roll playing. Drum roll, something. The decision I have made is I'm going to be going for option number 1, which is the variety option, which is pretty much what I've been doing for... Thank you, Old Misfit. Ta-da! Which is pretty much what I've been kind of doing for the last year-ish or so. So, my decision is, it seems that a lot of people like both the variety and the Doom stuff, so I should just keep doing both. Simple as that. Since I do enjoy playing the Doom content, and I do enjoy playing the other games. But the approach is going to be different, in a sense. It's going to be a play what I feel like approach. In a move that surprised absolutely no one, the streamer man Suitepee decided to be a variety streamer and continue business as usual. But with a few changes. First of all, a play what I feel like approach. With no request list to guide me, I must now guide myself. And as such, I am going to start going down rabbit holes and checking out games and things that I actually want to play. And there's plenty of games I want to play, but with a few twists. So, you know, that is genuinely what I'm going to start doing from now on. I'm not bound to a request list anymore. Suggestions? Yes. Requests? Formal things on a checklist? No. And I am not going back to anything close to that. Never again. I am going to play what I feel like. That's it. But it will be somewhere around a split between variety and Doom content. And I will actually try, for the next set of games I play, I will try and make a suggestion of bouncing between something Doom, something not Doom. Back and forth, and see how that works. Do I accept? We did not negotiate with errorists. We do, but it is met with bans. So yeah, that is what I have decided. Because a lot of my audience seem to like the variety. And they like the Doom stuff. So what do I need to change? Probably bouncing between them. Probably just keep doing what I'm doing. And do it good when I do. Now, the next point is schedule. There will be no schedule. Yet. I have decided that I will try to do I will implement some form of schedule when I have my own place. When I can commit to a schedule, when I am in control of the house I'm in. 100%. Then I will consider a schedule. Until that point, I am not going to entertain any talk about a schedule anymore. And I have decided that. When I have my own house, when one day this webcam is reporting live from John Suitepee's new house, then we will talk about a schedule, because I will be able to gauge what my free time is. I will be able to set hours. I will be able to decide if I'm even still streaming by that point when I'm 40 odd. So that will be the decision on a schedule. There won't be an implemented one, but I will try the idea of bouncing around between Doom and non-Doom more regularly. If that works out really well, that'll be actually quite fantastic for me too. Gives me a bit of variety too, especially if a Doom one is a bit awkward or a game is a bit awkward. The third thing is I will start playing more Doom mods. I know quite a few of you have cried out for me to finally start playing Doom mods, and I will start doing that. Not just picking for Doom mods, God knows there's many of those, but actually starting to embrace Doom mods, like Doom Infinite, corruption cards. I might even dabble with H-Dest. Probably for about one stream and then give up, but you know. Community streams would be fun. Yeah, I know, that's a previous suggestion hey, thanks for the 50 grand, Pineapple. Good. So yeah, expect to see some Doom mods played in the future. Not sure what with, though. May have to figure that out. But I definitely would like to try Doom corruption cards, because that seems fun. And Doom Infinite is supposed to be pretty spiffy as well. I'm not sure if I'd want to play Hideous Destructor, but I might try it. Maybe I'll fail it, but I might just give it a spin just to see if I can do anything with it. But definitely corruption cards and Doom Infinite and maybe some other stuff in the future. The final thing that I'm going to add, I'm curious. I'm curious to try it. I honestly could see myself probably not really enjoying it, but gotta give it a spin, I think. The final thing that I'm going to add as a point for this decision is the playtesting streams are coming back. The Doom WOD playtesting streams are coming back. I think it's time. And I've had a few people request, hey, Greenbelt. Oh, we got Pogbones. How you doing? I've had a few people still give me the occasional playtest request. I actually do have some playtesting stuff. Excuse me. In shocking news, playtesting is coming back. Highly illegal! How's your day going, Greenbelt? Hope it's going well. But yes, I am going to say that the playtesting streams will be coming back at least once a month. Maybe more. So I'm going to try and do at least one playtest stream a month from now on. I mean, I have quite a few to check out that I've had for like a few months, actually. I need to get around to those. But yeah, I'm going to go back to doing playtest stuff again. Not super regularly, but maybe at least once a month, maybe 2 or 3 times. Depending on my mood, I might do more. But the playtest streams are coming back. Because I know a lot of people like those. I like doing them. It was fun to try and help people out, and honestly, that could be something of my... That is perhaps something that could be a bit of a USP for me, in a sense. Because I'm not quite sure, because I can say this, there are a lot of Doom streamers out there, but I don't know how many of them playtest stuff. I don't think any of them do, really. They playtest big, fancy projects, for sure, and I know Jimmy used to do some playtests. I know, well, except for Ostinado. Ostinado, to be fair, does a lot of playtesting. But I don't think there's a lot of Doom streamers that playtest, like, random stuff live. And I used to love doing them. So I am going to go back to doing some of those again. So if you know, if any, I mean, don't start spamming me with requests. I like to look them up myself, but I am going to get back on that. Now I'm not bound to like being as busy as I used to be, which is the reason I stopped doing the playtesting in the first place, was because I was busy with request list. Now that's no longer an issue. I don't see why I can't do at least once a month. You know? If I can spread time for an Iron Man, I can spend time for playtesting. So yeah, they're coming back. I might even do a playtest stream tomorrow. Although it depends. I'm not sure I'm going to do tomorrow, actually. But I will be doing a playtest stream at some point in April. So you can look forward to that. So that's a decision. I'm going to be doing variety. With some Doom stuff. The poker stuff will stay too. The DVD stuff, I'll talk about that in a little bit. It'll be a play what I feel like approach from now on. You know, if I want to say, hey, I want to play this game, and I have it, I play it. That's it. There's a lot of games I know there's a lot of games that have been gifted to me, and I will tackle some of those because those are games I'm interested in taking a look at. But I'm under no obligation to do so. I just do what I want. And hopefully some of you will enjoy the ride. No schedule yet. Playtesting streams are coming back. And more Doom mods. As in playable mods, not moderators in chat. 22 messages were read by a moderator. Ah! Why did you ban World Misfits? Whoa, don't ban World Misfits. No! Damn it, Chakar. Stop banning people. I wanted to quit back in the window. It was an accident. It's fine. So yeah, how do you all feel about that decision I've made? You're all happy with that? With the variety option was chosen? This was the option I suspected I was going to end up leaning towards, but it really was... I really was half expecting also more people to pick Doom. But surprisingly, even people I thought would pretty much outright say Doom focus said variety. So I know a few of you also said the Doom stuff's cool, but it gets a bit boring with some of the Doom stuff sometimes. I'm sure Misfit was thinking of some shenanigans. Oh, it's just like future crime. Minority Report type thing. He was thinking of it. Very happy. That's good. Okay. Scar's happy. Hopefully everyone's going to be happy. Because really, not a lot's going to change. Other than, hopefully I will be just continue to do what I do with a bit more certainty now. The channel future has been dictated. Now I can just get on with playing stuff. Okay. So, the next thing I'm going to talk about is Doom-related stuff. The Iron Eagle isn't coming out for a few days. The Iron Man, however, is already out. And it's not an April Fool's pick either. It is a genuine choice, and apparently it's Deus Vult 2, which I do not think I have played. Have I? I've played Deus Vult 1, I know that much. Have I played the sequel? No, I have not, so this will be new. Although I'm not expecting it to be easy in any shape or form, but there it is. It's Deus Vult. I think I've seen some stuff from it, but I don't. But yeah, that's actually just give me a sec. I might actually have it somewhere. Do I have it? No, I don't have it. At least maybe I used to. Oh, I just down want to check it actually. Let's have a look. See if I think it is what I think it is. I'm sure it's the one that starts you with the dual pistols and has all the weird level skips, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken. Just trying to double check. Oh my god, the fucking thing is... Wow, terminating music. Nice. Oh yeah, it is this one. The one with the dual pistols, and there's like weird level skips and stuff like that. And of course, Rise of a Triad music. Why not? NS Nightmare. It's a nice bow. Yeah, I'm not doing the Iron Man run right now, obviously. But okay, so yeah, that's Deus Vult. Awesome. The Iron Eagle isn't out yet, so yeah. Cool. So yeah, I'll be doing the Iron Man as soon as the Iron Eagle is out. Which will probably be way too in this week. But also an interesting thing that did happen. You remember I played Freudian Slipgate 2, right? Recently, that was the last Doom one I went through, Freudian Slipgate 2, And I talked about I felt there was an interesting story behind it. And Alter actually got back to me from my response to the thread, where I posted the 3 parts on last Wednesday about the WOD and saying it was, average, playable, bit of a mess. And Alter actually responded to me, and this is what they said. I respect your review. Let me provide the additional context that may be missing. So, okay, Evershrine, the 3 maps that were always part of Fraud 2 since Fraud? That's a bit disrespectful. Freud 2 since its inception. They were some of the earliest maps. Why were they released standalone? Because at the time I wasn't sure if Freud 2 could ever be finished as a 32 map set, so I released them standalone just in case. Now, as for including Reliving the End, yeah, I need to fill a map slot, but also specifically someone wished there was a map after it, or maps when it came out. Okay, so Evershrine was always meant to be part of Freud 2, and it was just added. in a different order for some reason. Okay, I guess that makes some sense. Now, to be specific, that temple map name is indeed a pun on both Joe Ilya and Indiana Jones. Joe, back in the mid-10s, was a controversial mapper due to his attitude towards people's opinions and his overall "I'll do what I want." Alter, from what I gather, I don't think Joe's changed that much since then. And I fucking remember what Joe was like. I used to play his and like his levels back in the day. Still kind of do. I still think Joe's a good mapper, in a sense. Although I've lost touch with him because he went off to DBP and disappeared. But, you know, Joe is Joe. I haven't followed his antics in years, neither have I, really. So I cannot tell you whether he got better overall or not. I remember how angry he was when his TNT Devolution map was rejected. Wow. I don't think he's changed much, but I could be wrong. But he's certainly a character. You can thank Uber for the absolutely fantastic interpick/npick. The Madman rolled with the ideas me and Obsidian had. Ha 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 ha. To be clear, yeah, this project had messy development throughout its lifetime. I only worked on it between games I was making because I could not do both modding and game dev at the same time. Unfortunately, I became severely burnt out as a creative person over the years, mostly due real-life work keeping me away from top of personal hell I went through. The guest maps were both a necessity to complete the project, but also because everyone involved was a friend of mine in the community. Most we met through participation in speed mapping projects. Shout out to the ASS team. Hey, thanks for the 50 bits. Maybe they accept unicorn hearts? I doubt I'll end up making another Megawad or even a game unless by some stroke of luck I rediscover myself as a creative person, but so far it's not looking like it'll happen. I have become the average Joe, just eating, sleeping through, working through his days, paying bills, always staring at the same four walls on the ceiling. That's a shame. That sounds rather sad, in a sense. But I get you, man. I get you. You're burnt out, you've done a lot of creative shit, and, I wonder if I'll ever end up that way at some point. I hope I don't. Releasing this is my way of letting the remaining baggage go of who I was when I first started it, who I'm not anymore. But Map 29 is my magnum opus, the final burst of inspiration that came to me in this project and probably for the rest of my Doom modding career, which I consider done. Sure, I could have regrets about how Freud 2 could have been better and so on, but I don't. I spent too much of my lifetime reliving memories, thinking of all the what ifs. The goal was met. I released a 32 megawatt in some shape or form. And that is Alter's response. So, pretty much as I called it, a jumbled but playable mess, because Alter was struggling to get maps out. And this is kind of their farewell. Well, it sounded like they wanted to make a goal with 32 maps in some shape or form. We've talked about this before, and I'd agree. I mean, it's great that you achieved it, but this is the kind of mentality that, this still today gets people stuck. And it's not really something we really should continue to push for. I mean, don't get me wrong, if it's part of a community project, well, no, he didn't, but it sounds like he's talked about Map 29 as his magnum opus, so he obviously felt he put a lot of effort into that, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you can't do it. If you do manage to pull it off, then great. I'm just saying the idea of you have to do 32 megawatts should no longer be a thing. You don't have to do it all. You can make a map set of 3 maps as long as they're good. You can make a map set of 1 if it's a nice one. You don't have to make a 32 megawatt. That is a old mentality that is no longer really needed. And hell, some people don't like playing for 32 megawatts. I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes, if it's not like a speed map set or something that's got a lot of fast maps, I sometimes get a bit tired of playing 32 megawatts. Sometimes. If it's like a very average kind of thing. I mean, one of the things I can say about Freudian Switchgate 2 is, although the maps were sometimes a bit average, they were mostly relatively short. And so, the 32 map feel wasn't terrible. I've played Megawads where, like, you get to episode 2 halfway through, and episode 3, and maps only take, like, 30, 40 minutes on average, and it goes on. There's no short map breathers. It feels like people chuck the long maps at the end of the Megawad, and it just doesn't give you a break. And if it's not a particularly engaging Megawad, I get tired of... It's like, I just want to get to the end. Just get me to map 30 already. And I do feel that way. And I've felt that way in playing quite a few in the past. Yeah, it sounds like they kind of knew. So, really, this wasn't so much a farewell to boom mapping in the glory days of MBF and 21. This was more a farewell to Alter. Alter's creative mapping process. Like someone who has made maps for years, who's been active in the community, has just finally just finished something. And that's it. They're done. So I guess in a way, this was kind of a bit of personal history for Alter. And it's a bit of a sad ending after all. I mean, hey, they got it out. They got it out. But, I just hope they're okay. But, I thought it'd just be interesting to sort of see Alter's response. And, I never said that Freudian Suitgate 2 was bad. I said it was average. A playable mess. There wasn't anything too egregious. I played it. It's playable. It's not terrible to play through. Some of the humor is a little interesting. Especially the Alfonso's Rant Factory. There's some interesting points. It's just, as people said, a bit uninspired here or there. It felt like it was rushed, and you can tell. But, props for you for getting it out, Alter. And hopefully you discover your creative spark in some other aspect. Filler type maps. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the main thing. Like, when you commit to the 32 map Megawad, you probably have some ideas for a couple of maps, but there's always that point, I think, you would struggle to fill the maps, and you have filler maps, because you have this arbitrary set limit of, I've got to make 32, but I only have 20 map ideas. And in that case, what you should be doing is like going, okay, the Megawad is now 20 maps. Fuck making the filler stuff, unless it's like to give people a break between longer maps or something. But, yeah, I think the idea of 32 map Megawads definitely needs to stop being a regular occurrence, unless it's a community thing. Because people are happy to play shorter map sets as long as they're good, and I think it would help prevent the burnout of forcing yourself to create 32. Hey, Pinchy, how's it going? Yeah. A standard Megawad is 32 maps, but I have 50 ideas. No, I don't think they do. Yeah, well, I'm not surprised you would say that, Pinchy. I mean, you've always been full of ideas. I mean, you used to churn out maps on a regular basis back in the day, and I imagine you still do a lot. Your production rate is ridiculous. But yeah, that's Alter's response to all of this. So, thanks, Alter. I feel like I've played a bit of personal history there from Alter, and it's kind of cool. Still playing Shower World right now. 11 maps, I love it. So, I have quite a few things I want to consider playing in the future. I don't see any projects based on the current day. Is that a... I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, Pidgey. But, yeah. So, there are quite a few considerations for Doom stuff I do want to play and get around to in the next couple of months or so. I'll just go through a couple that I'm considering in the near future. One of them is the Doom World Maximum Project 2022, which is the sequel to the one I enjoyed from 2021 that I wanted to play the next bit of. Oh, right. You so the April Fool's thing. Well, someone did upload this, which was a thing, which is apparently Sunder but like shorter. It's a bit of I think it's meant to be part joke map and part actually really Sunder condensed. It's meant to be good actually, but I'm not going to play it. It's just something I found interesting that exists. Yeah, so I might actually just put my camera back here for a moment. So just to give you an idea of some of the suggestions I'm thinking of playing. So one of them is the Doom World Maximum Project 2022, which will be interesting. Again, it's divided into the different categories: vanilla, boom, G-Zoom, etc. It has less maps than the other one, but it's got a good amount, and I'll be interested in playing it for sure. Scallywag Operations Incorporated. Okay. Oh wow, what are all these creepy little shadow figures? It's interesting. Nice, nice, nice. I need to check something with. That's one thing I'm considering. What else is there? Oh, Fred Clegg. I don't know who that is. That's a meme. I don't understand. Another one I'm considering playing as well is Pirate Doom 2, which is the sequel to Pirate Doom, which I played a very long time ago. And that's kind of cool that this is out. So, yeah, that's something else I'm considering. And I have quite a big list, actually, of things I'm also looking at to play. Potentially. Wait, hang on. Has this finished? Oh, wow. It actually has finished. Holy shit. How did I forget about this one? How the fuck did I forget about this? Oh, wow. Wow. I mean, holy shit. Ultimate Doom in name only. I mean, fuck. I had this saved. I have wanted to play this for over a decade. I remember when this was in the works back in the day. Holy shit. How the fuck did I forget to even consider this? I've talked about this for years. You know, this was I've played Doom 2 in name only, which was, I thought, pretty okay. Like in 2014, I think. But there was always a follow-up, and it was planned because it had some maps. Like, it has a moldy map in it that I haven't played before. It has a Dobu map that's meant to be pretty good. It has quite a few other maps and stuff. It's meant to be a really good project as well. Like, the idea is basically you make maps based around the map titles. You know, like how Doom 2 name, so for example, if you have a refueling base, you make a refueling base. If you have a chasm, you build a chasm. If you have... You get the idea. And apparently it's meant to have all things all over the place, but it's meant to be it's like been in development hell for like a long time. I mean, I remember back when I was first hearing about it, like a lot of the maps were done, but a few weren't, and it just never came out until last year. I may have to play this soon. So that's a consideration. Fucking yes. Ultimate Doom in name only. Damn. And then, what else is there? Oh, yeah, and then there's Devolution, which I said I'd play when it came out, and there was that one map. It looks like this is the final one with the map. I think I mentioned talking about this map set. I was waiting for the final map to come out. I assume that's done. So this is the other TNT project thing, which I should probably take a look at as well, maybe at some point. Is there anything else that sort of jumped to mind? There's Nostalgia 1 and 2, Liminal Doom, Hellcore, Realms of Chaos 25th Anniversary Edition. Yeah, quite a few other things as well, but those are the ones that jump out of mind immediately in terms of like stuff to play. Let's turn my webcam back to me. So yeah, Those are some of the things I'm considering. I mean, I have a decent list of other stuff. Hey, Depop. I am a simple man. I see 69 in the stream title. I appear. I see. How you doing, Depop? So yeah, those are some of the future considerations I have for the Doom stuff, which I may play. Obviously, Doom mods as well will be considered in the future. I will sort of decide how I'm going to approach those, but I will try and pick a Doom mod soonish. Oh yeah, just to bring you up to speed, Depop, the channel decision I've made is I'm going to be doing variety on the channel, mixed in with Doom stuff, and adopting a play what I feel like approach in general. There's going to be no schedule yet until I get my own house. There'll be more Doom mods covered in the future, and playtesting streams are back. I'm going to do at least one playtest stream a month from now on, like I used to. And I'm also going to try an idea for the next thing where I bounce around between a Doom thing and a non-Doom thing and alternate on different days for the stream as well. I don't think there are any live playthroughs of build stuff. What, you mean like custom Duke stuff, custom Shadow Warrior, custom Blood things? That does remind me I probably need to play Death Wish at some point for Blood. That's supposed to be pretty good. Yeah, so that's the, meanwhile, Sledge. What's that? Meanwhile, I played a Quake mod with 12 maps, got soft locked on 2 maps, 2 of the maps didn't load, and I had fun on the other maps. Nice. I'm glad you had fun with that, Depop. Because it's starting to mention Arcade Dimensions again. So yeah. Okay, so, next up, I talk about the poker stuff. This will be quite brief. Chest and ladders. Okay, whatever. Yeah, so now I talk about poker stuff for a brief period. Oh, God, I'm getting... Yeah, okay, thank you. Go away, silly thing. Okay. So, as I have said, I did go to a casino on Saturday for get some casino experience. I played in a £20 rebuy game where you could re-enter for the first 2 hours. They call them re-entries because you have to go back to the desk, re-enter, and then put you in a different table. It's not like you just rebuy on the same table, but it's basically the same thing. You rebuy back into the tournament, but it's called a re-entry. So I joined that. I actually came a bit late after 2 o'clock, so I missed the early bird bonus. That's where you get extra chips if you register early because the bus took forever. I won't be doing that again. I'm going to drive up next time. I'm not going to rely on public transport because it took fucking ages. It was awkward. So I took part. It was... they had 4 tables after the first 2 hours of play. It was my first time in that casino, my first time playing the £20 game, and I actually did pretty good. Mostly. I made it to the final table. I didn't play a lot of hands, but when I did get involved, I did occasionally tend to stack people. In one case, taking out 2 players with a flop straight that held. And another case, taking out somebody in the first 2 or 3 hands of the game with a set of 6s. So I got off to a good start and kind of kept that going for a bit, and it got me to a final table. And I eventually went out in 6th place, which was the min cash. 6 players paid. I managed to squeeze into 6th and was paid £60 for my efforts. I bought in for only 20. I didn't rebuy. I managed to hang on to my original re-entry, my original chips, and I cashed out for 60. So considering it was my first time playing in that casino, in that game, and my first... 2 secs. And my first casino poker game since last summer, where I spent 2.5 hours not winning a single hand and then bust out on a bad beat. The fact that I won several hands, made it to a final table, and min cashed is pretty fucking good, I would say. I overachieved massively. And now I want to do it again. So if this casino keeps offering that £20 game, I will be going back. Because it's at a good time in the day. It's a good price point to get me in. It's only £20. Maybe I re-enter once. I don't have to spend a lot of money. It's at a good time. Mainly, I like the time of day. Because a lot of the games that I would want to play, they start at like 7. And if they run deep, I could be up there till 2 or 3 in the morning. I mean, to be fair, if I'm still there in a casino at 2 or 3 in the morning, and I could be potentially winning like £500+, I might not mind as much. But that's the kind of thing I'll be wanting to do in the future. So the idea of a £20 game, not too expensive, at a reasonable time of the day, it's a good starting point for me getting used to playing in a casino environment where it's a bit more serious, the level of play is a bit different to what I'm used to, and it gives me that practice. So I'll be doing more of that. I intend to go back to that £20 game next Saturday, and possibly after that too. I might make it a regular thing. I might go there every Saturday afternoon and use it as my practice. We'll see. Because I do want to do more casino stuff, as I've said in the past. Other than that, in terms of online, I did recently cash out for, I think, a 5th place finish. So my bankroll is up to $37 after losing probably a fair bit and not getting anywhere near a final table for a good while in the $1 games. So a little small win that I would like to build on a bit more. The online poker will continue to be a thing on and off stream. I want to try and do at least one online poker session a week. Over the Easter break, you'd figure I'd have a few more chances to do this, and I should probably take advantage of that. So yeah, that's where I'm at in terms of the poker stuff. So we'll close that down. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, it's time for that favorite game that you all like so much. Oh, I have a... Alright, whatever. I'm actually just going to slightly change the, what it is, because technically I am going to be playing it for a little bit, because there is something that came out today in this game. There is an event, a very limited time event that literally came out today. There's not entirely an April Fool's that has no benefit to it. Because when I saw this on YouTube as a trailer, I legitimately thought it was just an April Fool's joke. But no, it's actually a game mode. There's a temporary... You know how there was the lights out game mode where it was completely dark and no one had all the perks or anything? Well, they've added another one for about 4 days. And so what I'm going to do as part of this sweet state is I'm going to play it on stream. I have not played this before. I have seen the trailer for it and I get the idea, I think. But I have not played it. But before I do that, I'll just go over how the new DLC was like. Obviously, All Things Wicked came out. That's the play for you. Yes, maggots. So this is my... I go up to Prestige 9 because I didn't have anything to spend my blood points on. She'll be getting all the blood points because Michaela is Michaela. She is my favorite. So obviously there was the new survivor, Sable Ward, who is... I've got to 6, so I've got all the stuff. She's a pretty cool survivor, I have to say. I definitely like that she's this cool little gothic girl who kind of embraces the darkness. She's an interesting character. I think it's nice that they've made a likeable survivor. I think the last time we had someone that might have been considered half decent was maybe these two. But... or maybe Hattie, because she was like in the war quite a bit, but I like the Sable character. A lot of people are playing as her, because she's a fun character, and I think they did a good job with the The perks of her, though, are... Sorry, I should go over the perks real quick, shouldn't I? My apologies for not doing that. The perks... I see someone occasionally using this poo perk, but it's not a common thing. It's a nice idea, though. I hope they do more stuff with these invocations. I hope there's more of them coming, because it is a nice idea. It genuinely does add something to the game. I don't see... I think people did a lot of these for the achievements, but I've not seen a lot of them since. I think Wicked's pretty okay-ish, I guess. Strength in Shadows is... It's all basement stuff. But, yeah. Rain of Spiders. Yeah. I don't think the perks are anything special, apart from Invocation being an interesting little thing. Okay, we're still best. Alright. As for the killer... How do you like your jump scares? We have, of course, the Unknown. Our weird, twisted, axe-throwing, venom-spitting creep.
You must be longer here.
Yeah, whatever. So yeah, I've not played a massive amount with the Unknown, but the Unknown seems to be okay, but the teleport ability is ridiculous. Honestly, the teleport ability is scarier than the little venom spit, I think. There seems to be some decent mechanical skill to the grenade launcher power-up, the UVX, but a lot of his threat seems to come from his teleport ability, which is kind of annoying to play against, honestly. Playing as is alright. He or she, whatever, it is alright. Their perks... I have got a lot of people are using this one. It's a good perk. I like using it instead of Trails of Torment. It's fun. It allows me to be very sneaky. I think other killers are using it too for that exact reason. This is probably the best perk, and a lot of people are running it. This one is garbage. You just use pop. This one is probably for window though. I've not really tried the other two as much. I've tried Unbound on occasion, but I think this one's the one that gets the most value. I think the idea of the kill is pretty cool, though. Also, interesting fun fact that I did not know until a few days ago. The voice actress who plays the Unknown is a transgender individual who is a metal band vocalist who has a very unique ability to make the voice sound both male and female at the same time. And they use that for the Unknown's voice lines. Another interesting thing is that if you play as a male gendered cosmetic, the male voice is the dominant one. If you pick a female cosmetic, the female voice becomes the dominant one. That's very cool, I think. One person is able to create two voices in a sense. One male, one female. And she's a metal vocalist. That's pretty awesome. It's a cool little fact. Anyway. So and the new map is alright. I expected a bit more from the theatre map. I'm still trying to get the fucking achievement on it. It's the only thing left for me to do. I need to get this achievement on it. I had a couple of chances last night, but I wasn't able to escape. So it's the only thing left for me to do achievement-wise. And in terms of the tomes, the Blood Moon event has passed. I only have one tome challenge left to do, and it's an absolute pain in the ass. I got to avoid 3 basic attacks by a nearby killer in one game. It's hard enough for me to dodge 1 regular attack. Cumulatively. When I had to do the cumulative achievement, this took me forever. But doing it in a single game is absolutely, like, it's asking a lot. Because killers very rarely miss MMR, sadly. But those are the only things left for me to do. I've gotten Prestige 6 on both Survivor and New Killer. So once I've done the achievement, once I've done that entry, I'll be going back to not really playing this for a while until the new update. Or whatever comes out next. And that's the thing you're going to notice probably in the channel with regards to Dead by Daylight. I know that some people don't like this game. I know some of you would rather me just throw this game into a fire and never go back to it. And I am going to be playing it less because, honestly, when there's not a tome on or a new character to check out, I don't really need to play this game anymore. And that's what I'm going to be doing from now on. I'm still going to stream DVD first impressions of events while I still actively play the game, but there's going to be probably less chill streams of it, I think, going forward, because I'll be playing the game less. Because literally, I'm not kidding, once I get these achievement and survivor thing, I won't touch the game. I mean, DRG probably has an Easter event to get around to at some point anyway. But I generally just don't play this game when I have nothing to strive for, because I have to take a break from it. So I've seen quite a fair bit. So, yeah, going forward, you'll probably see less DVDs, my point. Now, that being said, what I'm going to do now is a little different. I'm actually going to play this modifier because I have not seen it before. So this is My Little Oni. It's the second time they've implemented a modifier. Now, interestingly, you can't play as any licensed character for this. I don't know why. You cannot play as any of the licensed survivors. You've no loadouts, perks, or anything. You just play as yourself. Now, this was announced on April today, and people thought it was April Fool's, but no, it's a legit game mode. Maybe. Or maybe they just didn't want to do it with White and So I believe the idea is this. It's the same Dead by Daylight game. You do generators and weave and everything. The kicker is the survivors are very tiny. And the killer, who is only allowed to be the Oni, no other killers are allowed to be selected, is a giant. So it's a size adjustment. Apparently the survivors are really tiny, and the Oni is a fucking giant. And apparently you still gotta do gens. I don't know how this is gonna work in terms of chases. Will the Oni just squash you if he sees you? But apparently that's the whole game mode. You're small and squishy, and the Oni is a giant. And I don't know, and you know what, there's no perks, no items, nothing like that. Kind of similar, well, no items you can take with you. You maybe get items in the game. It's kind of like similar to the Lights Out, where you don't have perks or items. And you just play like extremely basic. But I don't think anyone was expecting this, and it's just kind of a nice surprise. Again, no, I have not seen any gameplay footage of this other than the trailer. And again, when I saw that trailer, I thought it was a joke. Until people said, oh, it's actually in game. And then I downloaded, and yep, the game was updating. This is the kind of thing that Dead by Daylight used to do more of. Game modes, different things. Oh no, people want to play as the Oni, don't they? Fuck. I didn't think the queue. I thought people would be jumping at the chance to play this mode. Well, I'm gonna play one survivor game and one killer game. Unless the fucking queue takes forever. I hope it doesn't. I thought it'd be quick. So, we're gonna see this for the first time. There is an event exclusive unlock or something, apparently, if you play it, I guess, but I don't really care about that. I just still hate the fact you can't see the grades at the top up here like you used to be able to. But then again, I don't really care about the grades at all, because I don't have anything to achieve from them. I get extra blood points, yay! I don't care about that. What am I going to spend them on? Nothing. I could literally get my blood points to 2 million and just keep them there. I might do that, actually. If I get to 2 million, I might just stop spending points at all and just leave them at 2 million. Well, I might actually get to level 10 on Michaela, see what happens when you go past the things, and then I might just leave it at that point. I don't care about the P100. Yeah, Michaela's my favourite. Cute as hell. Yeah, that's the one thing I wanted for Michaela was a cosmetic with no fucking hat, and her hair was down, and we finally got that. For some reason, you only use the default cosmetics in this mode. But The cosmetic finally arrived. You know, the one with the star bun at the top. And I was like, yes, finally. You know, honestly, I'd take a Michaela outfit where it's just the curls minus the hat. There is one like that, kind of, as well. But it's not the same style. Anyway. Time to see what this mode's like. So there's no offering, so just go straight to the world menu. Light in, lights out. It's going to be very basic stuff. Except... oh my god, we're so small! Holy shit! Wow! Oh my god, the stomping noises as well? He makes a stomping noise! How cool is that? Whoa, that's kind of a cool take. You actually hear him stomping. Oh wow. Wait, why is my hair like... My hair is like much bigger, it feels like. That feels weird. It's like the hair didn't quite scale to a new size. Oh, that's cool. But you can... Oh, look at that! You can see him in the distance. That is cool. I like that. I think it's the same hair. It's just it's not been downscaled for the rest of her body for some weird reason. So it makes it look like it's longer. P5 my smell cutie scum. I like the fact that it does stomping noise to him though. That is so cool. So, can he use his power? Like, will we be able to use his power, or will he just stomp around like a giant or something? Alright, so I can still work on the gens normal. Oh, wow. Wait, I just realized something. We're all on the second hook stage. Also, we only have 3 gens to do. We're all on the second hook state. Oh shit. Oh shit. Yikes. So he knocks people down. Oh. Oh, okay. He just instantly kills them. Yeah, I kind of get that. Like, I guess it's like one life only. If you get caught, then you're dead. But what is his power? Like, can he use his power, or does he just, like, stomp around like a Godzilla or something? Oh, there's the sound for his... Also, it looks like when you get hit, you get broken. Oh, man. This is... Oh, no, he's going to his power. Oh, shit. Oh, no, he has his power as well in this mode. No. No. Oh, he just stomps on you. Okay. So that's it, he just stomps on you. Oh, he got out. Okay. Oh, I D-bit, whatever. They're removing D-bits, by the way. Alright, well, that was the game. That was something, I guess. Yeah, one person escaped. Alright, no one has perks. And that was kind of weird. I like the size thing, though. I guess it's a very short game mode, though. If you only have 3 gens and you have 1 hook state and you get to use... Oh, we got Colossal Trials, which is a really big killer versus teeny tiny survivors. Yeah, I find it interesting they seem to have forgotten to downscale the hair for some reason. I wonder if that's on other characters as well. Doesn't explain why there's no licensed characters, though. allowed. But anyway, whatever. Alright. So that's on the survivor side. Now, obviously, as the killer, you could only play as the Oni. Because it's My Little Oni, obviously. So you can't play as anyone else. This is only in for 3 days, I think, so it's a nice little thing. Also, he also uses his default cosmetic, so that's cool. So really should make the games faster. I mean, it's a very short game mode, so, you know, there's no reason to wait ages. You can't use items. So, just go. In fact, really, they could skip this bit and just as soon as you load into the game, you start playing. Arguably. I'm guessing there's probably map restriction as well, like you can only do it on certain maps. Probably outdoor maps as well. I mean, it'd be goofy to see a giant Oni poking his head for like the fucking game or something. Should ride a horse. I don't think he's allowed to be too fast. He probably has a massive advantage already of being giant. So the size from the survivors is cool. I'm curious to see what it's like playing as the killer in this giant size mode. Yeah, you could do it in RPD. Could you imagine trying to fit for the gate on the outside? And it was the same with the Lights Out. They only used a couple of maps, although they chose maps that were like really suited. Like Weary's was good and Yamaoka. You know. It's restrictive, but, you know, this is the kind of thing that Behavior need to do more of. I need to do this more. And I need to add a new game mode that isn't just, like, a time-limited one either. It feels like they're experimenting with this stuff. And maybe they'll eventually decide on, like, a weekly thing. Like, you know, weekly. Alright, so we only see his feet. What do we get? Oh, look at this! Ah, fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of some survivors. I can see one. Da 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 da. Ah! I wanna... How fast are these fuckers? Come here, Dwight. I have to kick this tiny power out of the way. This is so ridiculous. So, do I have to... Can I lunge at him? Or what? Oh, no. Oh, no. Wait, why did I see his aura? Yep. Oh, shit. Oh, no, that's a little fun. Ah! So I still hit him as normal. Alright. Oh, wow. So when they get injured, I just realized if they're broken, that means they can't be healed. Right? Like, they can't be healed at all. So you get hit once and you're fucking injured for the rest of the match. So interesting balance then. Once you get hit once, you're at a big disadvantage. But there's only 3 gems. And the killer has no power for a while. Wow, they get to be so elusive! What the fuck? How are they so fucking fast? This is fun. I'm so thrown off by this. It's so weird with this... Oh my god, I cannot get this guy at all. He's like the most elusive... Oh wow. Alright, so... I have my Blood Fury. What do I do? Can I dash? Oh, I can use my dash and stuff now. I'm not so sure how effective this actually is. I can see over the top, but... Hey! Get over here! Kill. Squish. Alright, just step on it. Yeah, the camera looks very fucked up, doesn't it? It's very, it's a thing, that's for sure. I guess I'm not quite sure about the hitboxes though. I do like this FLV idea though, that's kind of cool. Like the survivors could be so sneaky because of their size. They could be like hard to see to some extent. Because of how small they are. Kill! Squash! God, put me off. Wait. The gate opens automatically? Are you serious? Oh God, the gates open automatically. So you don't have time to... if I dash, I get this weird thing blocking my... I'm blocking myself. Oh, me. Honestly, you little bastards. That was so hard. And he's making the stomp noises in the menu as well. Oh, so weird. Hey Nitro, thanks for the raids. How you all doing? I'm just checking out the new modifier for the game, which is My Little Oni, where you play as a giant Oni. That Dwight was not a noob. I've like killed him. You bought friends. That's good. How was whatever you were playing? That was actually kind of interesting, I guess. So, it's a very simple game mode. 3 gens. Get hit once, you're broken for the rest of the match. Once you do the gens, both gates open automatically. So, it's a very fast game mode. You don't mess around with, like... So, this is a little... Like... I still feel like they haven't quite pushed the envelope in terms of the new game modes or what... I want to play another one, actually. Nah, I can't play another one. I just came to show this once and I'm done. Like, they're still not completely pushing the envelope in terms of new stuff like 2v8, 5 versus 5, zombie tag, etc. But I do like the fact that this was a little bit more involved than Lights Out. It wasn't just turn the lights off and eliminate all the perks and that's it. This was more like change the FLV, reduce the gens, introduce condition, add a stomp, kill thing. I sense a little tiny bit more in terms of gameplay tweaking effort was needed for this one. Not massively, but it's a step. Again, it's nice to see that this is a thing. It's only around for a couple of days. But great. More modifiers, please. And there was also an April Fool's add-on for Vittorio. Sniper Ghost Warrior Contest. Good idea, I'm an open build sniping assassinations now game. But it's janky. So janky. But yeah, overall, I think the new expansion was okay. I have 1 achievement and 1 tome entry to try and get on Survivor side. Other than that, you know, the modifier seems interesting. It'll probably get boring quickly, but hey, it's different. I like the idea of the stomping only. That's cool. But yeah, and there'll be a bit less of DVD on stream in the future because I'm playing it less. Okay. So, that is all the stuff that I wanted to cover in this sweet state. At this point, it is time for questions from the audience. So to summarize the sweet state, I'm on my Easter break for 2 weeks. I'm using it as an opportunity to use some things. The survey results came out. I went through those and I made a channel decision, which was that I'm going to do variety for the future. We might do Shakar, yes. You've asked me to do it, and at some point I'll hop on board for something. I don't know what. I've never really played a survival game before, but I will definitely give it a shot at some point. So yeah, the channel decision of the future is I'm going to be doing variety mixed in with some Doom stuff. It's going to be a play what I feel like approach. Are those socks in the background? Yes, there is washing. They're putting the towels and socks and things being left to dry. They'll be another night, and then I'll have to really work them in the morning. But yes, socks. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to be going for. I'm going to be trying out Maddox's idea of bouncing between 2 different games for the next set of games I do. So I'll be doing one Doom thing and then bouncing to whatever. I haven't decided what the other game is going to be yet, but I'm not so sure. I was thinking of maybe Quake 2, but I might consider some other options as well, actually. I know I've wanted to play Quake 2 for a bit, but yeah. There's a Quake rapper called Sock Players, perhaps. You're really pushing the Quake, aren't you, Depop? Hi, MasterChef here. First time viewer. Are you thinking along the lines of retro FPS games or whatever you feel like? Pretty much whatever I feel like. As I said, it's going to be variety. I'm still going to play a decent amount of FPSs, but I'm also going to play other stuff as well. It's going to be what I feel like approach. If I want to play something, I just play it. Simple as that. But I also mix in with Doom stuff. There will be no schedule yet. The playtesting streams are coming back once a month at minimum. For Doom 1, playtesting streams will be back. And more Doom mods will be covered in the future. Iron Man Doom stuff, the Iron Man. I'm waiting for the Iron Eagle before I do the Iron Man months for this month. I've mentioned some possible future ideas for Doom ones I might want to play. Poker is still a thing. I'm getting more casino experience. I am doing more online poker. Dead by Daylight, I'm going to be playing less Dead by Daylight over time because I've unlocked everything. I have stuff to do for now, but once that's done, I'll be giving it another break. And yeah. Yeah, okay, Depop, sure. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing more of, Shakar. Trying some stuff outside of what I usually play, to some extent. I have so many avenues of game I could go down, But Quake 2 is definitely one I am very seriously considering. That being said, Quake 2 would take a while with all the stuff on it, but I could bounce around between it and the Doom thing or something else. I don't know. I'd have to think about. Would that just be okay? I don't know. Well, I suppose it could work. Could bounce between Quake 2, play some Doom 2 stuff, and then bounce back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, just to try it out and see how it works. But 2 weeks, there was an FPS Fest on Steam, and in 28 days there is Farming Fest. Nice. And 2 months next fest. Wow. All these fests. So yeah, that's the summary of the sweet state. So do you have any questions from the audience? Any questions at all? Final cookies. Oh, that looks pretty cool. That actually looks like something straight out of Wrath, actually. I've heard Arcane Dimensions is kind of like Wrath, the free version. That's what City sort of mentioned in his review of it. Oh yeah, that's not to forget the fact I have a lot of gifted games I could possibly start working through as well. Just to clarify, I'm not under any obligation to play the gifted games, but I certainly will be able to delve into the pile of them because there's quite a lot of them I want to play at some point. Oh yeah, I don't need to do RAF anymore because RAF has been played. I can delete that off the list. Any plans for community games? Possibly. Shikara also mentioned about doing something like that. I'm not sure what I would play though. I mean, I am notoriously been bad for never doing that kind of stuff, but I will definitely be thinking about co-op community stuff. I don't know if I get like I don't know. Being socially awkward is not exactly helpful in that regard for me. But yeah, I could do like Quake 2 Deathmatch. Well, yeah, I mean, if I can think of some stuff to arrange, I might start doing those a little bit. I know this is something that has been brought up in the past, for sure. I mean, now I've got a channel direction and I don't have to worry about that. I can start thinking about what I want to do. Yeah. I will think about that, Shikar. Thank you. Yeah, there's quite a lot of games I actually have on my gifted list I could take a look at, but Quake 2 seems to be the one that jumps to my mind over and over again. It's something I just got to get started with. Yeah, some stuff I can save for Spooktober, some I'm waiting to come out full versions. Okay, yeah. Yeah, no obligations to play my games. Fair enough. But yeah, are there any other questions from anyone? Nah. Sorry, nothing here. I mean, hey, you've got no question, that's fine. I'm not desperate for them. You made everything too clear for me to be many questions. I can't even wait to know what's been cut. I did just go over the summary of the sweet state, but sure. Okay. So in that case then, I will bring this sweet state to a, not that I can reveal on stream. I'll bring this sweet state to a close for tonight. Now, I might stream tomorrow. I might not. I am potentially thinking of going out tomorrow night to a poker game that I don't normally bother with, but is at the same venue as the Wednesday night game. But I have wanted to give that one a try for maybe 1 week just to get out on a Tuesday. So I might not stream tomorrow night, but I'll see how I feel when I get up tomorrow, to be honest. I might stream in the afternoon tomorrow, maybe. I could do a poker thing or something like that. Maybe I'll do some DBD attempts on those bloody challenges I have left. I mean, if I do stream tomorrow afternoon, it will be poker or Dead by Daylight to get those challenges done. If I stream in the evening, it will be something else. I'm not going to say what I've decided yet. I am definitely leaning heavily towards Quake 2 as the other game on this bouncing around between two idea that Maddox suggested. But the Doom one, I have not yet decided what it will be. I'll have to think about that. I also need to think of some channel priorities, which was also suggested. Like what priorities of the channel do I want at this point? What goals should I aim for? Now I have my direction established. I should probably think of some stuff like that. Instead of just going with the flow, maybe something to consider. I'll give that some thought too. So there may be a stream tomorrow, there may not be a stream tomorrow. I can't say for certain. But what I can say is that on Friday, there is no co-op. planned. So I might be thinking of doing a stream then, since Saturday I'm planning to go out to this poker thing in the afternoon. I might be able to stream after that to get back in time, but we'll see. So yeah, I will be getting on with the first set of 2 games, the Doom mod, whatever I choose, or if I just do the Iron Mans first and then play some Quake 2 or whatever I decide to play the other game wise. I'll let you know in the next few days what I decide to do. And the idea will be I'll be bouncing around. I'll play one stream of the Doom mod, one stream of the other game, back and forth until both are done. And we'll see if that is a good idea or not in the long run. We'll experiment. We'll see how it works. So yeah. And with that in mind, thank you for watching. Thanks to all those who took part in the survey to help me come to this decision. I'm glad that I've made this. I feel it's the right choice. A lot of people like variety, a lot of people like Doom. We cover both. And I think we have enough people to raid someone. So I shall. We're going to raid Vortal. Oh, he's not playing. Oh, we're going to raid. I thought he was going to do some Atari ST dumpster diving, but he isn't. Well, he's playing Doom. Don't know what, but he's doing Doom. See what he's playing. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you all maybe tomorrow, and if not, maybe Friday. Or an afternoon stream in the next few days. We'll see. Bye!